Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mike B. Got Big O back here. Been a while since we talked some Bulls basketball. The Bulls bounce back and get a victory against the Toronto Raptors, 111-97. Big O, man, what's your thoughts? How you feeling today? We get into the thoughts, how you feeling today,
Man,
bro?
I'm feeling great, man. Bulls got a win
Yes,
after
sir.
a close, a hard fought loss yesterday. Man, this overall been a good day, good sports day. Justin Fields looking good yesterday,
Mm,
so
man.
I feel great. I feel great.
It's crazy. Today at work, that's all I've been thinking about is like, damn, Justin Fields looked amazing yesterday. So man, I don't even care they lost. I
Yeah.
was feeling myself, man. I was talking to another Steelers fan, and he was like, man, Justin Fields, he that guy, man. So hearing it from a different fan base, man, I'm
Yeah.
happy, man. I'm excited for the future for this Bears team to finally get the quarterback position right. So, eh,
Man.
but let's talk about these Bulls, man. First the Raptors came out. Play this Raptors team gonna be tough, man, because they can play physical, they could defend, and they tall and long. My only thing with them is they live and die by the 3-point shot, and you saw it today. They went 9 from 28 from the 3-point. When they hot, and when they cold, they can definitely shoot themselves out of a game, and that's pretty much to me. I feel like the key reason why they lost this game. DeMar DeRozan, they isolated him, double teamed him every time he got the ball. He held him to single digits. So, what's your thoughts about this Toronto Raptors team? What you saw from them?
And that's a team that, I mean, you said it. I think they can be as good as anybody, or they can be a play-in team and play themselves right out of the playoffs. But
Yeah,
I like what they doing with that roster. I mean, they got 4 or 5 guys that's like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", and up. They got like 7 feet and up wingspans. When you add Siakam in with Anunoby and Barnes, and I mean even Gary Trent. I think he only by 6'5", 6'6", but he got long
yeah,
arms himself as a shooter. So I mean overall, I do like their team. I think they building something, but like you said, they gotta, I mean they got the bodies to do it, to attack a lot more than what they're doing. And when you playing a smaller guard team like the Bulls, you would think they'd take advantage of that. Put, post Barnes, post Anunoby, try to take advantage of the paint points as they did a lot yesterday. So I don't know if it was a fatigue thing or what it was, but they definitely came out flat today. So but overall, though, I think that's a team that they can scare some teams in the playoffs.
yeah,
So
yeah. They match up well. They don't give teams a scare 'cause just them being so long, but
yeah.
But yeah, they kryptonite is that 3-point line, man. They fall in love with that 3-point shot so much. Freddie, man, Freddie is a good player. And I was checking his stats. I'm like, man, he only 28 years old. I'm like, the shots he was making is tough. And
Yeah,
that man, he's a hooper for real. I
yeah,
love Freddie Game.
yeah.
Scotty Barnes really had a off night. 2 for 9, only 5 points, but he did have a highlight dunk on Vooch that was a grown
Ooh,
man dunk. Um,
man, that was nasty. That was
yeah,
nasty.
real
Like,
nasty.
ouch.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
pretty much Gary Trent Jr. was the one that pretty much help where Freddie, where he chipped in with 19 points. Precious Achua chipped in with 10 points off the bench, and OG had 13 when he shot 4 from 12. Yeah, man, like you said, the Toronto team still gonna be a good team. Nick Nurse is a hell of a coach. Flip it over to the Chicago Bulls side of thing. We talked about DeMar DeRozan, 2 from 6, 9 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. Still made his presence felt throughout this game, even though he was double teamed a lot. Made the right plays. Really, I think he knew coming into this game that he's going to get double team a lot, and it's going to make everybody else try to beat this team, which it happened. What's your thoughts about DeMar DeRozan this game?
I'm actually shocked that Nurse decided to run that game plan um, today, knowing that Zach was going to be in the lineup.
Yeah,
I'm I'm a cut. Just from my opinion, I think that they could have been in this game, a lot easier had not they just let the Bulls play 4-on-3 or
yeah,
3-on-4. Yeah, yeah. So it's like I don't understand
yeah. Cause
much of a good of a score, and then you
yeah,
bring in the bench, the Bulls bench. I think we it's probably top five in bench scoring. So,
yeah, 35 off
Green,
the bench.
yeah. So it's like, what was the yesterday? I understood it. No Zach. Okay, I'm gonna make one of these other guys be. But with Zach back in the lineup, I would have trusted some of these long fours they got Barnes and Unobi to play DeMar 1-on-one and just make it hard on them. I don't understand that. But overall, I think DeMar did the right thing today. He didn't force it. He said, "Hey, bring on a double team. If y'all, this how y'all want to play, I'm gonna let my team beat you," and that's what he did. Zach
And
got 30.
I know I gotta Zach kind of probably gotta felt disrespected. Like, bro, you really gonna leave me open? Like, I'm a two-time
Hmm.
All-Star, one of the best scorers in this league, and you gonna double team Zach and leave me open for these shots? I'm gonna
That's
take them.
crazy. Yeah,
And, and, and you
yeah,
see Zach 4 from 8 from the 3-point line with 30 points today. First time he dunked, he could have had a few dunks as well. It just like his legs not there yet. But yeah, Zach played the amazing game, lit it up from the 3-point line, really made the Raptors pay from just leaving him open for those shots. So first 30 points game from Zach Levine. You have any problem with this whole knee managed thing? I know it's half of Bulls Nation really concerned about this. My opinion, I think I don't really have a problem with it. Maybe the first half, but second half if we go to the All Star break, send that 500. Second half, man, we gotta turn up, man. We gotta play him more in the second half to try to make a push for the playoff. I'm cool with it for the first half of the season, depending on how we stand on by the midway point. What's your thoughts about it?
I'm right with you. Initially, when it the first game, I think was that the Heat game he missed.
Yeah,
I was scared then because I'm like, what happened that they not reporting? What is they covering up? Because he played, I think, all except one maybe preseason game. And from what I was feeling was that the knee thing was behind him. So we just finna move forward. So I think like that second game when he came back, I forgot what game that was, but he looked at great. I mean, every game Zach has played, even if he didn't shoot the ball well or necessarily play well, he moved great.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, so seeing that, it kind of simmered the scare. I kind of just had to sit back and after doing my little research, listen to ESPN radio, listening to what the organization, the plans for Zach was, which was what they saying is to, just take it slow with him, knowing he just had knee surgery in the summer. He didn't get a lot of training in having knee surgery like a normal and healthy NBA player would. You know what I mean? DeMar,
yeah,
Patrick, those guys got a chance to train and get themselves ready for training camp. Zach didn't do that. He pretty much rested. So we have to cut him some slack knowing that he's coming into training camp and into season a little out of shape. You know what I mean? So he's not going to overdo it because you overwork it. You work him too hard. He tweaked the knee, and now you have a bigger problem. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And you playing for the long run to make the playoff as healthy as you can be. So
yes,
at first
yes,
I was kind of like, is something really wrong with that? But as a season, as I watch him play these games, he looked healthy. The only thing
yeah,
you could probably say is them legs is not really underneath him
Exactly.
where he can,
Exactly.
we so used to him being so
High
athletic and
flyer. Yeah.
yeah, so
There you
which
go.
I think is great for Zach because you seeing a guy who's we know he's athletic, but everybody use that they lose the athletic ability. So we seeing how Zach will look like once he get older, and I think he's still gonna be a good player without his athleticism because he can still
Yeah.
knock down those shots and get to a spot.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing that we can see him not as athletic as we always once seen.
And still dominate the game. It's kind of
Yeah,
showing him that, he's always been a great scorer. He's a great shooter, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So I think that to your point of January, February, I expect him to probably play more often around that
yeah.
time because I would expect his legs to be under him by then. You know what I
And then
mean?
you playing towards the playoffs.
Right. The first 30, 40 games, he should be worked himself into shape by then. I expect.
Yeah,
So no worries from me. If you need to sit him, sit him. As much as I hate for us to drop the games, we should be winning. It might cost us a seed or two, but
yeah.
the bigger picture. If we go into playoffs healthy, especially knowing Lonzo gonna be back, hopefully from what we hearing, I'll ride with that.
See that's why I'm not really too, mad because I feel like this Bulls team is good enough when healthy. It's gonna be a tough matchup depending on who we play in the playoffs. So I would take my chances with a healthy Bulls team. Along we can avoid the play in. I take my chances
Yeah.
with a healthy Bulls team going to a playoff against any team, except probably the Milwaukee Bucks because Giannis Giannis is
That's a beast,
damn good
man.
player. Yeah. So
It's a beast.
Vooch, another solid game. 13 rebounds, 15 points. He been playing some really good basketball. Also chipped in with 2 blocks. Uh, Vooch, what your thoughts about Vooch? How Vooch look to you?
Man, he like that old school Chevy, man. So far this season, through the preseason, he just been cruising, man. He
Yeah,
been cruising. I think he had a hiccup 2 games ago. Who was that they played? He had a hiccup against the Horn. Was it the Hornets? Or was it what
the
game was
last game
that?
they played
Well,
was
maybe he actually had a good game yesterday. Well, maybe I'm thinking about a different game. I felt like it was one of them games where he came out a little flat. It might have been a game they still won, but
yeah,
because I'm looking at the schedule, I'm like, hold on, they blew him out. But he been playing great. I have no complaints for Vooch. You know what I mean? I remember this
same here.
time last year. I was counting him a little bit because even though his numbers, he was getting the double doubles, but you could just see the lack of willing to post and beat people up on the inside, especially against smaller players. I think so far what I'm seeing, he punishing dudes. He
Yeah,
punishing dudes.
his last 6 games he had more than 12 rebounds and he had a 23
Yeah,
rebound game. Almost had another 20 rebound game. So Vuce been playing some really great basketball.
yeah.
Only 2 games on this season where he did not crack double digits, but overall, really some really good numbers from Vooch. My only knock on Vooch is man, that man jumped like he got cinder blocks around his ankles at one point. But other than that, Vooch been playing good.
Yeah, he playing
Um,
good. No complaints with Vooch. He got dunked on, but
yeah,
sometimes I think that's good for Vooch to wake him up. 'Cause I think it did
yeah,
because he came back and got an
yeah.
offensive foul. He was trying to he was trying to push
He
dude
ain't like that. He
out
ain't
the way.
like that.
That woke him like, oh shit.
Zach Randolph is one of the guys that everybody been killing, but I think he kind of turned the corner, and that's Patrick Williams. Um, last 5 games was Brooklyn 12.7 rebounds, Hornets 16-5. Boston he struggled 7 from, but he was 7 from. He had 7-5. Toronto, which was last night, 13-7, and today he had 10-6. So remember when I said as long as you give me some more than 5 rebounds, I am okay with that. And he
Yes.
also given us more than 10 points. Patrick Williams, to me, I think has finally hit a corner. He playing aggressive. He making the cuts to the basket, knocking down the open shots, making the grabbing the rebounds. Man, the only knock I have on him in these last 5 games was that game clincher rebounds that he did not grab against the
Yeah.
Celtics. Other than that, Patrick Williams has looked tremendous.
Yeah, I'm right with you. Them last few games, he hit a milestone, and I can see it in the body language because, like, when I watch the game as a fan, and then I also read. You know what I mean? And that first, what was that against? Was it the Hornets? I think that was his coming out party. That was the first game you brought up, right?
Yeah, no, the
First
Brooklyn
game,
Nets.
yeah, the
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Nets.
Nets. Yeah, okay, and he had 16-5 against the Hornets. So I think that benching between the benching and the little controversy that was out between the media and Billy having to answer questions about why Patrick not producing. I think from that point, Patrick is starting to understand that he needs to bring it, and I think so far it's working. It's helping the team. You know what I mean? I can tell sometimes like he pushes a little too hard, like he's trying a little too hard to get involved. But I'd rather you try too hard than not try hard enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So
take your drive, take your shots, and if you miss it, you miss it. That's what we want to see because only way he's gonna get better is to understand those type of possessions and what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean?
let me ask you this question. That potential, I think it was either probably be a game time three that he took. Was you mad at that shot he took against Boston, even though he missed?
No, I wasn't mad at all. I wasn't mad.
Same here.
When he shot it, I'm like, oh, because I'm thinking that he can just put it on the floor, get a dunk, and give us another opportunity. You know what I mean? Give us a better chance for pull it within one. But thinking about it, as I sat there, I smiled because I'm like, I'm proud of you. I'm
Yeah.
proud. I'm proud of Patrick Williams for not being selfish, to be selfish in that moment. Because if he hit that shot, the whole all the fans is going crazy.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams. So for him to understand that moment, take that shot, and have the guts to take it, I'm proud of Patrick. I'm
Yeah,
proud
me
of Patrick.
too. I seen some. I'm like, y'all saying y'all want him to shoot, but when he take the shot, y'all saying he like, come on now, like I was
Yeah,
happy he took that shot.
the
'Cause I was
shot.
shocked as well. I'm like, Patrick Williams taking a three. I'm like, I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. Okay, young fella, do you, bro?
Do
You make it,
you?
you make it.
Yeah.
You miss it, you miss it.
You
At the end
miss
of the
it.
day, that's all we want from you, to be aggressive, take those shots. You is just you is not just another guy. You is potentially the guy when everybody's gone. It's you. This
Yes.
is your
Yes.
team. You're the
Yes.
future. So
Yes.
let's talk about this bench unit. 35 points. Derrick Jones Jr. to me, in the absence of Drummond, been low key probably a MVP off this bench. A sneaky good player that nobody really talking about. 12 points today. Really got out on the defensive end. Drummond. I mean, not Drummond, Dragic, man. I think he drunk something. Whatever Demar drunk last season, I think Dragic drunk the same thing because he looked like he about 25 years old out there, like with the step backs, just man, getting out on the floor and running. This bench unit is it's amazing. I love watching this bench, and I can't wait till Kobe and Drummond come back.
Man, man, none but great things for that bench. Starting with Derrick Jones, you said it. Since Drummond been out, Derrick Jones stepped right in. It's like
Yeah,
I don't know when Drummond come back. And I know he was a game time decision tomorrow, which means he probably played the next game. Man, I mean, Billy got to find a way to get Jones some minutes. Man, I think he
yeah,
earned
for
it.
sure.
I,
Yeah,
I, I think I think he
hell
earned
yeah.
it, and I can't remember not one game last year where we have production from Javante Green, Derrick Jones, and Patrick Williams in the same game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Usually it's always one of them that's having a
One of the
great
three.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Billy just run with them with the rest of the starting lineup. But to see Patrick double digits, Green 9 points, close to double digits, Derrick Jones 12 points. Then you add the Dragic 5 rebounds, 10 points.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this
We
team
can't
is deep.
we can't forget about Caruso. Even though he's not scoring the ball at a high clip, he's still making good plays. I think yesterday he had 10 assists and 11 rebounds. Today
Yeah,
he had
a
6
double double.
rebounds and 5 assists. So Alex Caruso not going to wow you in scoring, but damn, he do a lot of good things on the defensive end, and that cannot go unnoticed. So he's another huge part of this bench as well. And I think with those players around him, really complement what he brings
What
on
he
the second
doing?
unit.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yes.
I am really loving the only cherry on top for this bench unit. If we could have seen Dalen Terry for at least about 10 minutes, like
He got in
like
yesterday. He got in
yeah,
yesterday. Was making plays. He was making plays
and he
yesterday.
he was running around like he had his head chopped off. He was playing the game too fast. I'm like, slow down, young fella. He wanted to go out there and who, and that's what I love about Dalen Terry. He just want an opportunity because he know once he get his chance, he's gonna kill it, man.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I can't wait till we can see him on a consistent basis. Cause I think he'll be a huge part of this bench. This bench, man, it's gonna be Billy got a good problem to have with this bench, you know. Cause like you said before, if you have games with Patrick Williams, Derrick Jones Jr., and Javante Green playing good, it's like, all right, now who I want to go with in the second half? And that's a
Yes.
good problem to
Problem
have,
have.
man.
Yeah.
You got Dragic as well. Then don't forget about Kobe White and Drummond. So I
Man.
the bench really showed out. I don't think we win this game without this bench.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Most definitely. I think this bench gonna probably define the Bulls when we talk about seeding.
Yeah.
The bench going to win us a lot of games because I think we're probably going to see a lot of what Toronto did to the Rose, and you're going to see a lot of teams
Yeah.
pressuring up on DeMar, making
It's a
everybody
copycat
else make
league.
plays. Yeah, so but that's even better because all it does is spread the wealth, and if everybody eating, everybody gonna play hard and play
Yeah.
defense. We're gonna win a lot of games.
Yeah. So the only two teams I really see defend the Bush like that so far has been the Milwaukee Bucks. They did that last playoff series where they
Yeah,
doubled DeMar. And, Toronto kind of play like that. The Spurs did it, but we not really gonna see them in the playoff picture.
right.
So like you said, it's a copycat lead. So hopefully teams don't pick up on this to try to take the ball out of the Mara hands. But if they do, and this bench unit is firing,
They
man,
gonna
this
make them
bench gonna be a
pay.
problem. Yeah,
We got the bench to make them pay, so they gonna
yeah,
have to pick their poison.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So before we wrap up, let's talk about the Bulls' upcoming games. It's gonna be a tough stretch these next few. We got the Pelicans coming into town Wednesday. The Nuggets coming in town on Sunday. Then we fly out to New Orleans on next Wednesday, and then we got a little not gonna say easy game because Paolo is really hooping for the Orlando Magics, and then we got Boston and Milwaukee. So the next six
Yeah,
games gonna be a tough stretch for this Bulls team, and then we go on a 6 game road trip against U OKC, Utah, Phoenix, Warriors, Kings.
yeah. Include the Bucks too, because we actually on the
Yeah,
road
the
against the
Bucks.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So yeah, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be a tough schedule, but I think this is gonna make these guys better. I really like the Pelicans game. I think both home their home and away. Pelicans gonna really define. I ain't gonna say define the season, but like that's like a what I would call a, what you call that, like a how good you is test. Like, because I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah,
The Pelicans, a really good team. I think that's a team that's physical with Valanciunas in the middle, and Valanciunas just
for
seem to
sure.
always kick Vooch ass.
Yeah,
So I expect those two games to be really good. The Denver Nuggets, I know that's going to be up and down with Jokic. That team played no defense, but they score
nah,
all day. So that
yeah.
team gonna be in the hundreds. So I think we got the bench and offensive power to score with the Nuggets. So
And I'm curious to see what Zach Levine, how many of these road games Zach Levine play. That's what I'm really looking forward to
yeah,
seeing with this road trip. Like, what do they do with Zach Levine? So,
uh, I could see them definitely probably resting him for the Thunder. Um, but the way the Jazz playing, I probably wouldn't rest him for them. The Jazz are the best teams
I
out.
I think he played Milwaukee. I think they rest him OKC and Utah.
Yeah.
I think he played Phoenix and Golden State, and then they rest him for the Kings game.
Yeah, that sound about how I probably would do it, based on how he feeling, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah, because we can't keep dropping games to these to the teams that's competitive and contenders, there's too many L's. We back to 500 now, so I like for us to go get through this month over 500 and start creating some separation with some of these bottom teams.
for sure, man, for sure. But Bulls get a much needed win. We are now 6-6 at 500 on the season, with the Pelicans coming up Wednesday. Probably going to give you guys be back here with another post game for that game, because that game gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, thank you who all tuned into this post game. Any last word, Big O, before we get up out of here?
Man, go Bears, go Bulls.
Yes, sir, man. Got the Lions this Sunday. Let's get this W.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We scoring at least 20, 24, 27 points on them. So
yes,
that
facts, man.
offense on
Facts.
fire.
The game I can't wait for is the Packers game. I think we finally gonna
Ooh, I think we're
beat the
going to
Packers
smack them.
this year.
We're going
Put
to
the
smack
nail
them.
in their coffin. Can't wait for that game for sure,
Yeah, I'm
man.
with
But
you.
thank you, C Red Nation. We catch y'all in the next one. You guys take care and be safe out here.